what I haven't considered is, what if for ed applies to the definition? If there's like a Spencerian form of Danish, that could help me here because I can't see how Danish works. And so if it is kind, so on it, I wonder if just Danish with a K? It is, okay, that's got to be it, right? Where is this? Spencer, Danish. It's just spelling of Danish for some reason. I don't know how these things make it into the dictionary. But yeah, so that's what it was. So kind, so what was it? Helpful about was kind going backwards. American parts, I think it means American A parts it, so splits it in two. So that's the A. And then that means the S, if I'm reading this right, isn't in the wordplay. So we get that. Nice. That would mean 16 across is probably Tess. Provided could be so, I think. Like provided that. So if it's Tesso, I might just look into the dictionary now and see if that is the beginning of something. Tesso, oh no, it's not. Okay, never mind. Concerning is, like, what do I do with that? Concerning could be on. Oh, so what if it's Tess, something that's not in the wordplay, and then, well, O on from so and on? Okay, so we kind of need the first letter of 17 down, but we think that might be tar, 17 down at the beginning. So it's testoon. Testoon is a word. Various silver coins. Oh, no, that's a teston. A testoon is a Portuguese or Italian teston. So, testoon. So, O-N, and then the T was not included. So this does seem to begin with tar, there's 17 down. And yeah, essentially, yeah, the letters are kind of getting confirmed. So, seems pretty good. Oh, sorry, I've crossed off 17. I meant to cross off 16. Right. What looks promising? 27. Pampers price includes cover for seepage. Cover for seepage, probably SE, right? The outer letters. Cossets, yes. So costs. Let's see. Costs. And that includes SE. Yeah, and that means Pampers. So that didn't actually have anything include, right? Yeah. So let's mark a P. It's got 7 out of the 11 we need for that. Ah, and this, what was this? 13 down. Like, no, do I mean 13? I've written over the letter. It's 14. I've written over the number. So, I mean, it seems like, unless books could just be BS, is that an abbreviation that exists? I mean, it's not there as BS, but like, could we just justify like B's being books? Maybe. I just had an idea of what I think is a coin. No, maybe not. It's not in there, so never mind that. Or, okay, 1 minute. If that aha idea was a thing, that what was meaningful, just looking at it, there's not a lot of actual words that could be here. I think, well, Baha'i is not a coin unless it is a coin somewhere aside from the religion. No, it's not. So, okay, so not an H, not aha. I just don't know what to do otherwise. unless could books be BOs? No. Okay, struggling with that. I would really like to get this 19 across. That would help a lot. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that. Let's do something completely different. 24. Treachery to a Greek, sinking Macedonia's heads under the Mediterranean. So maybe this starts with Med being the Mediterranean. Treachery to a Greek, sinking Macedonia's heads. Could that be SM, sinking Macedonia's heads? Because then you get an ism. So is medism, is that a word? Is a word. Of or relating to media. Yeah. Okay, it's not really. Oh, sorry, that's media I'm looking at. Where's medism? The adoption of Persian interests, i.e., treachery to a Greek. So, Medism, being like the Medes. So we had Med, and then just double check, there's no way to get the I. Yeah, so the SM is in the wordplay, but not the I. Can we get 25? Evaluate some of musicians' sessions. This feels like a hidden word. So assess. How does that work though? Oh, okay, so I guess we just get the SSESS, and then the A is not in the wordplay. Cool. Okay, so a good start on this corner of the grid. 33, we've already got 3 out of 5 letters. Hibernian, descendant of one's fruit tree. Well, olive is a fruit tree, so hold on. I have could mean one is one, so I've. So then what do we need? OL coming from Hibernian descendant. Hibernian is Irish. So the O, yeah, so the O prefix in Irish names means descendant, doesn't it? So yeah, so we can get the O, and then of ones is the Ive, and that just means that the L isn't in the wordplay. Yeah. What can we do? It's another short one. 31 down. Horse in terms of appetite mostly weighed when mounted up. There's so much going on there. Something going upwards. Horse in terms of appetite mostly. I actually have no idea what to do with that. I might just try 26 here. Another short one. 4 gills remove carbon, well that's C, from ancient native of Loch Ness. I mean, 4 gills is a pint. Is that the answer? Remove carbon from ancient native of Loch Ness. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. So an ancient native in Scotland would be a Pict, and remove the C, you get PIT, which means the N is not in the wordplay, and that works. Okay. I'm still looking at 17 again because so we can have this if it is tar for sailor. So then if that's tar, and now we've got a T there. So I think what have we got? On could be 2. No, there's nothing that begins with that. So maybe the T is just not clued. What if A is and, then you get tartan? Obviously, that's not a Mediterranean vessel that I know of, but it also is a Mediterranean vessel. So, didn't know that word, but okay, so we're saying that this is tar, that's the sailor part of it. I don't know why my mouse is doing that. Anyway, so what do we say? Tar, and then that's on, it's just on top of an, which is just obviously has the same meaning as a, which then I think means that the T was unclued. Okay. "23 down, got SP. Climbing monkeys, wrapping 400 bandages around damaged limbs." I mean, damaged limbs, it feels like an anagram, but the letters don't really make sense to me. Yeah, I don't see this one yet. 29 across. Having been covered, lecturer freed without opening. So remove the first letter for something. Lecturer can be L, I think. Or is that just lecture? Just check that. No, lecturer. Yeah. So we've got an L. Having been covered. Hmm. Yeah. Don't know. Okay, 32. We'll try. Symptomatic of epilepsy, dropping temperature of cold medicine. Cold tends to be C, temperature's T, so something is losing a T. Hold on, so if a medicine is a tonic, then onic can go at the end, but the T having been dropped. Is that what's the word? Clonic. I think that is a word. Yep. So it's a spasm. So that is, yeah, I think relating, was it symptomatic of epilepsy? So yeah, clonic. So we get cold tonic with the T dropped, and then the L is missing from the wordplay. Okay, let me look at essentially, because it's got to be right. So I'm going to fill it in and then just stare at it a bit. So 11 down. So the first four letters are easy. That's vessel's contents. Without T, served with cream, purely. Purely is the definition. So this bit minus possibly one of the letters. Tea is what? It can be a meal, but it's a drink. Char. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, that's really clever. So hold on. So cream, I think here is chantilly. Because if you drop the char, you just get N tilly, with the A being extra. Without T served. Maybe it's just saying just served with, so just it comes along with. Oops. Yeah, okay, I can get behind that. And that's a really nice use of yeah, chantilly there. That's really nice clue. So the A was not part of that cluing. What was 23 down? Oh, I just thought of a monkey that fits here. So let me just check this. Well, maybe I should check that I'm spelling that right. Yeah, so what I'm thinking of is, I think, wait, I'm not sure the right thing. Sai, it's SAI. This is something I've seen come up in crosswords. Because if you had that plural going backwards, so climbing, that goes around 400. Let me check. It's either P or C. I can't remember. Yeah, so it's the P. So, so the C is uncluded because that's what I needed to check. So speaker, that is a bandage wound around an injured limb. So that just, yeah, that works. So we have this, what is it? SAIS with the P for 400 and then the I, no, sorry, the C, yeah, the C is unclude or not in the wordplay. Cool. What was 35 then? Agreed in time, even parts seeded by Smyrna before AD 500. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so if even parts are seeded by Smyrna, then that's just the odd letters, SYN. Synced is agreed in time. So SYN. CE is before AD, and then 500 is a D, Roman numerals. So that actually means this one doesn't have anything unclued. So we get another A. 28 down. Connect triangular pieces of originals. Got O and N. Connects can be join. O, I, and okay. So the O, I, and N come from the first, third, and first, third, and sixth letters of originals, and those you might recognise as the first three triangular numbers. So they are the triangular pieces of originals give us the O, I, N, and then the J is not part of the wordplay. 34 across, we've got Li. Historically confined spaces, that feels like it's going to be like an archaic word, possibly, or obsolete. The worst part, or the worst part in edited titles. Okay, so edited could be an anagram indicator, so maybe titles being anagrammed because we already have a lot of the letters of that. Then what's the worst part? So what do we, if we have that anagram, so we've got L, I, E, and S, so we need another two T's. So could this be little something? Just look at like little in the dictionary. How many things can there possibly be? But it's one word. So okay, I'm going to look at some of the definitions of these. But what could actually end SES here? That's little ease. Little eases. Oh, that's a historical word. Confined space. So hold on. So little eases is historically it's confined spaces. So what do we have? So we have titles anagrammed. And then we have little eases. So how does this work? Could lease be the worst part of something? Did I put that on there? I'll just show this one in case that wasn't on screen. So this is little e's, historical confined space. I wanted to see if like lease is release. Okay, I don't see that. Oh, it could be the two e's. Okay. Not that. Am I gonna? I'm misunderstanding this. So both of the T's must be part of title or titles. Not the second L. So don't do it with the E on the end. So lease like that. The worst part. Okay. So title and then LEES. So the A is not in the wordplay. Okay. Getting very close. Still don't know what the theme is. We might not know this until the very end, which is fine. I haven't looked at 20 down. Hardened clay leads to the lowest levels in the earth. Okay, well, I see ITE in the earth, so leads to the lowest levels in the earth feels like I should have a double L before that. Although, then where do the first two letters come from? Oh, unless the is also, the would also have to be part of that. So it would be tillite with the I not clued. Let's see if that is what we're dealing with. There we go. A stiff, impervious clay or boulder clay, tillite. So we have that, and then the I was not part of the wordplay. Right. Have we looked at 29 across? Oh yeah, that was having been covered. Lecturer, so there's the L. I mean, could freed, I mean, freed can be an anagram, but indicator, but I don't see what it could do here. Could it be the word freed without the F, and then we need just an extra letter? Larried, lorried? It doesn't really make sense to me. We haven't looked at 30 down. Missing power, usually P. Lacking enthusiasm, retired mode of living. So retired could be backwards. Mode of living definitely seems like the definition. So is there a word for lacking enthusiasm where we could remove a P? Oh, no, then that could be backwards. Yes. Tepid is lacking enthusiasm. Drop the P and put it backwards, you get diet, and that can be your way of living. And that didn't have anything included by the wordplay, so M is what we get. Okay, we've got 10 of the 11. So it's obviously something that's not English. So we're going to have to Google it. Let's figure out what the last letter is, so we're not guessing too much, but then we'll have to Google it. Okay, so this isn't the word freed. Freed could be like rid. But then where's the rest of the word come from? Lidded could be having been covered. Okay, so yeah, rid was right, but I think it's actually ridded, which I guess must be a word. So you get lecturer and then idded. Okay, that should give us our last letter in the theme. So Mokfa Atam, is this right? It's 2 words, so I guess you'd expect the split between the two A's. I'm just going to Google this. It's always possible we've got something wrong with how we've parsed things here. Okay, hold on. I think we may have something wrong, but Moksha Patam is a thing. So I've totally miscounted. We've only got 10, so we're still missing a letter. So, okay, but this looks too close to be wrong, and I can see 36 across begins with a P, so I think that's going to be the P. So this is definitely right. So the first P, the P that we do have is not right. We need an S instead. So why have I written a P down? I said price is it's okay. 27 is cost, not costs. So this S at the end was not in the wordplay. Okay, so that needs to be red, and then this P is wrong, and then that means that we should be getting an S, so maybe it's going to be this one, the supper in Perth, bread in Boston. So we expect an S, and then I want a P here. So this one, I haven't even looked at this one yet. I'm not expecting an include letter. Prince stops. Return of fashionable hikes. Prince. Prince can be P. Fashionable can be smart. And then put the P in. From Prince, you get tramps, and that means hikes, sort of like walks, sort of heavily, maybe. And yeah, so that gives us the P we wanted. So Moksha Patam. And so precursor to snakes and ladders. So our theme here is snakes and ladders. I know we've got a couple of clues left to solve, but so we're going to add lines to the cells, so basically all the cells with red letters, and they'll form 8 groups of 2 kinds. I mean, I can kind of see physically groups of red letters. It's got 1, 2, just this O, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's 9. Oh, then maybe this A belongs with these? Maybe? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So we've just got these two, 19 across and 14 down. Oh, 31 down we haven't done. But we filled it in. Oh, because it's fully checked. So we've got doer. Horse in terms of appetite, mostly weighed when mounted up. So let's look at doer. Let's look. Okay, a horse in respect of its appetite. So that's this definition. And then mostly weighed when mounted up. So going upwards, a word meaning weighed, and one of these letters is not part of the wordplay because we've got what we need from that end of, what was it, Moksha Patam. So maybe RED something or ROD something. It's past tense. Wait, mounted, I guess, can mounted be rode? Like, to have ridden? Like, kind of, but how would that actually work? Okay, the 11th definition there of ride is to weigh when mounted. So road is weighed when mounted, and that's up. Okay, so ROD, and then one colour. So the E in this was not part of the wordplay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I feel like these groups do need to be connected by extra letters to leave us with just 9 groups. Wait, was it 9 groups? Or I misremembered? 8 groups. Sorry, I have misremembered because it was I had 9. So how do we? 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 8. No, sorry, yeah, I'm miscounting. We have 9 right now, but if these get joined, then we'll have 8, I think. So maybe the second letter here is extra. No, I didn't cross off one of these answers. Okay, anyway. So coins. Okay, so I'm going to bring out the secret weapon, which is Crossword Dictionary. Really useful, especially for something like coins, where there are just like a million of them, and you just want a list of coins. So, I want a coin that should be 5 letters in 11 down, because there's an S on the end, beginning with B, then with an A in it. So, Bootat. Bootats. I've got to check they are in the dictionary. Okay, that's not in the dictionary. Right, so maybe coins isn't the definition, unless it's just not in this crossword dictionary. Just check again. I am notoriously bad at just missing things in front of me when I'm looking at a dictionary. Yep, there is another one that fits what we've got. Becca's. B-E-K. Oh, this one may exist. Okay, a Becca is a half shekel, so that would be a coin. Although I think in the biblical sense of a shekel, that's a measure of weight. I don't think it's a coin, but to be honest, that I don't know. Maybe it is a coin. I'm not sure. But fine. So, how would that work if that's what it is then? Eka. Oh, so we do have an AH for an express expression. Oh, can books be BKs? Yeah. BK can be book. Just didn't think of that as an abbreviation. So we have BKs going around H, and then we have this E. So that's that. 19. I didn't cross off 13. Yeah. Subimperfect. I might just dictionary this. So we've got a K at the beginning. So kale is a word. Oh, there we go. So, sorry. So Scottish, it can mean dinner, and in the US, it can mean money. So kale is our answer. So that's just a double definition. And then this one didn't have anything missing, as we expected, giving us our S for Moksha Patam, which is, as we saw, snakes and ladders. So are we making a snakes and ladders board in some way here, which would be very cool. So artificially integrate, each uncluded letter must have a line added to its cell. Okay, so maybe let's just do this in black on the red letters. Let's just go through them. So it's based on what the clue begins with. So the A was extra in readoptions. So that was 10 across, which begins with a vowel. And that means it goes northwest to southeast. Okay, let's do this right. So Get that. The P was from 4 down, which begins with a vowel, so also like that. The N was extra in 7 down, which begins with a vowel. Okay, this A was extra in 13 across, which begins with a consonant, so it goes like that. Okay, this N is extra in 15 across, which begins with a consonant. The S is from 3 down, consonant. The E here is from, what's that, 14 down that we just got. That's a consonant. Okay, that's kind of linking up. This S is from, what was that extra in? That was extra in 2 down, another consonant. And the T was extra in testoon, consonant. Okay, I think I see what's happening. This is quite cool. So this A was extra in 6 down, consonant. The L, this L I remember was extra in 8 down. So that's another consonant. This L was extra in 21 across, vowel. Let's just, well, yeah, okay, this is a group. So let's do the A was extra in 25 down, vowel. So we go that way. And the S from 27 across, consonant. Nice. And this O was extra in 22 down, consonant. Yeah. Okay, I think I can guess where these are going to go, but let's make sure we've got it right. So the R here was extra in 23 across. Yeah, that's a consonant. The I was extra in 20 down, consonant. Sorry, I've got that on the screen. The N from 26 across, consonant. The T from 17 down, yeah, consonant. The A from 11 down, consonant. J from 28 down, consonant. C from, that was from 23 down, consonant. And the L from 32 across, consonant. This last group, the L was from 33 across, consonant. The I was from 24 down, consonant. This E was extra in 31 down, consonant. And finally the A in 34 across, consonant. So I think I can see what's happened here, right? For making a snakes and ladders board, I think these, yeah, these must be the ladders, these straight ones with 2 sides. And then these zigzaggy ones are snakes. I guess these really short ones must just also be snakes because they don't have 2 sides, so they're not ladders. Okay, then what are we actually supposed to do? Yeah, 8 groups of 2 kinds, we see that. 8 letters must be moved according to the theme, leaving blank cells and replacing other letters to form the theme's name, which must be highlighted. Okay, I mean, I can guess how we probably want to use them. Yeah, okay, that's very cool. So, right, so we said this A is a snake. So what happens if we kind of use the snake as it kind of works in the game? So whatever's here, and we're told to leave blank cells, would go down the snake into here. So I'm going to replace that with an A. Actually, just might as well do it in blue so it all looks right. Because I can see what is forming here. So then, yeah, so going up this ladder, again, this K is going to replace that W, and we get K there. This snake, yep, as we hoped, gives us the S for the word snakes. The S would come down onto here. Okay. So now I want this D to go down the snake to here. Okay, so this is going to have to make and it does. So that replaces the T. Okay. Now an S goes down this snake. I need to raise that. This snake, yeah, okay. You can see ladders coming out here coming out of lidded. So the A slots in there. And finally, fortunately, it's not gone wrong because we have the R. How cool is that? Okay, and then we're asked to highlight it. Can I make this work? Just sort of go yellow maybe, and I'm just gonna. How does this look? Where is it here? Okay, need a bit bigger. Okay. I mean, that'll have to do. Snakes and ladders. That, I think, is the completed puzzle. How great was that? Yeah, that was a really lovely puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it too. Join me next time for more crosswords. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you next time.